Well, guys, it's a moment we've all been waiting for. The UEFA Champions League semifinal is upon us. It happens tomorrow, May 5th, in beautiful Mallorca. If you guys are unfamiliar, the 4 teams will be looking at playing. Here is the breakdown and the timing. Be sure to keep an eye on UEFA.tv if you're trying to get a view of the games. I tried myself to figure out how we could watch the games here in the United States. And as I scrolled through all of the countries that will be airing this futsal semi-final for all the glory in Europe, unfortunately, no United States to be seen. So ESPN is airing this in some other places like Mexico and some other places in the Americas, but unfortunately, we will not be able to view it on our national television. So in today's day and age, guys, that means if you want to, you're going to need to get creative. Turn on your VPN, sign into a country in Europe, and find a way to log into this on UEFA.tv. So keep an eye out for that. Be advised that you may have to play around with it a little bit and find a country that has access to UEFA.tv during this and isn't in a blackout based on particular countries potentially having TV rights deals that would keep this from airing in that country. So play around with a VPN, find a way to get this on your phone or on your desktop, and you'll be able to watch this no problem. Another thing to keep in mind, the timing of the game. So on Friday, our first game is at 6 p.m. Central European time. That's local time there in Mallorca. And the game is going to see Sporting CP face off against RSCA Anderlecht. Sporting CP will be making history the minute they step on the court with their 10th appearance in a semifinal, the most by any club, surpassing now Barcelona, who held that record in a tie with them from previous years. And then, of course, Anderlecht coming from Belgium, the first time a Belgian side has been represented in the semifinal in decades. So real big game from a historic perspective for both teams. Sporting CP will be looking to add a trophy to their cabinet that will make them the winningest UEFA Champions League team in history. Then, just 3 hours later, at 2100 local time, we're going to see Palma versus Benfica. Benfica will be looking to upset their rivals eventually if they can make it to that final, but they'll have to go through Palma first, who of course will have a little bit of a home court advantage being right in their backyard. This is not their home arena, but it is one that is obviously on the island and close by. So I'm sure we'll see a lot of green and purple in the stands for this game. Going to be a cracker for both semifinals. You won't have to wait long to see who wins that final either. We fast forward to Sunday, May 7th. We will see the third place match at 5 p.m. local time. That's going to be 11 a.m. our time, Eastern Standard Time, if you're here in the United States. And then the final, the championship final that we'll all be looking forward to, is going to happen 3 hours later. That's going to be 8 o'clock local time for us, 2 p.m. on Sunday. So if you're having a lazy Sunday and want to watch some futsal, I know that's the tradition in my house, then you guys are really going to enjoy this Sunday with some high action futsal. It's going to be a really great performance, I think, for all teams. I love keeping track of UEFA and their futsal matches because they are probably one of the only, and I'm probably upsetting someone by saying this, but they're one of the only regions in FIFA that takes futsal seriously and puts on a real professional performance and has regular contests. If you know what it takes to get to this level, if you follow UEFA at all on the futsal side, or even maybe you're familiar with the outdoor version of this game where the smaller clubs have to fight their way through some qualifying rounds just to compete for the right to be in the actual contest. We see a lot of that in this Futsal Champions League, and with the range of talents that you see. And what I mean by that, you know, the semi-pro leagues within the continent versus professional teams like we're seeing in the semifinal. It's a very tough road for a lot of countries. As you can see from the graphic here, which was made by Alex Mendez, an individual who does some really great work for our Futsal Focus and puts out a lot of futsal content on social media. He mapped out all the teams that had originally qualified to participate in this contest. We have whittled it down to 4, and you're going to see the best of the best coming out of Europe, a hotbed for futsal. I was able to put a link in the description for you guys for UEFA.tv. You guys can go to UEFA's website and get more information on how to view the game and also see some backstory on the clubs that are involved. I also did a video, a noob guide to the Futsal Champions League. If you guys want to link back to that, there's going to be an info card here in the corner. But the important thing to know about this is some high caliber teams fighting for the right for Champions League glory. I got to give UEFA even more credit in the sense that they have a beautiful trophy for this that they have put on display on the island, and just some gorgeous professional pictures that they put online over the course of this week to get people hyped up. It looks like it's making its rounds throughout the city of Palma, as well as seeing some sights of the mountains and the coast. What a picturesque set for beautiful, beautiful futsal game. So in a beautiful part of Spain, on a beautiful island, you also have our beautiful sport. Really great work by UEFA. Thank you so much for taking this sport seriously, particularly in a time when my American viewers are feeling a lot of pain and suffering with dysfunction going on with our own soccer federation and futsal and its current relationship. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for giving us something to look forward to. I also want to praise Mallorca de Palma, as they have done a great job of posting pictures of the arena being prepped for this weekend. They've taken pictures in all of the team's colors, lighting up the arena. They've shown pictures of the court being laid down within the cycling track. This is an arena with a lot of famous events that have happened in other sports, and now we get to add to it with this futsal contest. And thank you, Palma, for taking this seriously as well, and being hosts after some last-minute changes, as a matter of fact, as well. This is a contest that originally was going to be hosted in Poland due to with geopolitical things going on in the world in the Eastern European area there. You guys all know what I'm talking about. The contest was moved so that all participants in these teams could be at the Champions League. So all the players could participate, as opposed to maybe some of these countries in Eastern Europe where there's some bans on particular citizens not being allowed in the country. So really good stuff from UEFA, from Palma. I also want to praise Futsal Planet. They have done a great job of covering some of the smaller countries within Europe and who's winning those leagues. Why is this important now? Well, we're setting the stage for next year's Champions League already. So while these four teams are thinking about right now, this moment of glory, other teams like Northern Ireland seeing Belfast Sparta, other countries like this, like England, who are getting ready to get into their playoffs to see who represents them in UEFA Champions League action. These are the countries that are already looking ahead to next year. Futsal Planet is keeping up with it, as they always do. Great work from them to keep us informed and keep spotlights on the smaller countries so we can continue to grow the sport there as a whole. A global sport is what we're looking for, and we are excited to see it. Who do you guys got for this game? Who are you cheering for, and who do you think is going to bring home the trophy? Personally, I think that it's going to be really hard to bet against Sporting CP as they look to make history. They look absolutely phenomenal in league play in the contest leading up to this main round and getting into the semifinal. They have been perfect, and they just have a star-studded lineup with national team members from the likes of Portugal, Brazil, and Argentina. It's going to be extremely difficult to get through this team, but that's the beauty of this sport, is anything can happen. That is what makes it so exciting, and the game can turn on a dime. So I want to hear from you. Who are you cheering for going into this tournament, and who do you think is going to take home the trophy? Let us know in the comments, and until I hear from you then, don't forget to play with your soul.